All right, people. Today is June 5th, 2021. My name is Ugochukwu. I bring you another story on Twitter. There is this northern guy. I just watched a video by this northern guy called Adamu, Garba. The United States has condemned what Nigerian government did, right, by banning Twitter. United States has condemned it. The European Union has condemned it. Canada has condemned it. France condemned it, right? Everybody's condemning it, man. Let's see if I can find one. Yeah, Canada, EU, United Kingdom, Norway, United States, Republic of Ireland, yes. A lot of people condemning this stuff, man. These are the countries that know what it means to be free. But there is this one ignorant Fulani boy running his stupid ass mouth. See the picture you're looking at? On the left is what's his name? Sheikh Ahmed Gumi. And then the one at the middle, I think that's that Professor Yusuf or something like that. Professor Yusuf at the middle. See, both of them are giving money to bandits. The bandit is carrying AK-47 somewhere. They give him money as a ransom money. That way they can let people go. Yeah, somebody comes and kidnap a bunch of girls, a bunch of guys. Now these two, the one on the left, the government, he's a PhD, right? Islamic scholar. I think they're all Fulani. I know that the one at the middle right there is a Fulani. Gumi, I'm not sure, but I think he's Fulani. So the way you solve the problem, you go and get a lot of money, millions of dollars, and give the bandits to release. What do you think that would do? Do you think that will encourage them to stop or encourage them to take more victims? But anyway, these are the kind of people you're living with. So I got another interesting stuff to talk about here. What I would do, I will get you a video where this Garba guy, where he's talking nonsense. He's against Twitter. So this guy is smarter than Canada, right? He's smarter than the United States of America. I'm talking about this Garba guy. He's smarter than everybody, smarter than EU, smarter than the Republic of Ireland, smarter than Norway, smarter than United Kingdom, and smarter than EU. Because you will see in a minute, he said that Nigerian government did a good job banning Twitter from Nigeria. And then you will see him cite a bunch of examples. He claims that Twitter, social media, especially Twitter, is where wars are won or lost. That Twitter was instrumental in destroying Libya. That the uprising in Egypt started in Twitter. That Twitter was instrumental in causing the war, something in Syria. Twitter. These people, man, these people we're living with. So Twitter, do you know what is Twitter? Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. Do you know what is this? You go there, nobody forces you to come there. You go there, you create an account, right? And then you post stuff there. If there are a group of people that want to make any change in their country, they can gather there, use any of these platforms to organize for action. There's nothing wrong with that. If the government in question is not doing anything wrong, they got nothing to worry about. Americans are all over Twitter. Americans are all over YouTube. Americans are all over Facebook. Has America gone down? Look at Trump. Trump was using these platforms to cause violence. They deleted his post, then they banned him. So Trump had no right to ban all these companies from America. He cannot do it. He can, even if he wanted, he can't. He got no right to do it. This is how civilized people think and act. And then you have a contrast that with people with Buhari and Nigeria. They think they can, you criticize them, they kill you. If they have opportunity, they come and kill America, but they ain't got no, they don't have the opportunity, they don't have a means of doing it. So let them go stew in their hate. Let them go die in their hate. Fulani is our problem in Nigeria. Fulani. These people are backward. They are a backward bunch of animals. Look at them giving money to bandits. You know, but anyway, let me get you what I would do. I'll let you hear the guy, and then after that, I'll come back and say a few words about his stupidity. You know, his backwardness, backward thinking.
Is one that is perhaps happy at this moment because you've been fighting Twitter and you're not happy with the operations of Twitter, and you're happy today, isn't it?
Yes, I'm happy, seriously. And it's clearly showing that actions cannot just happen without consequences. And Twitter, if you study their mode for the last 2 years, they have been more of an anti-Nigerian force, pro-destruction of Nigeria, than actually a platform that's supposed to advocate for freedom of expression of Nigerians. Because if you look at what happened now with the suspension of maybe removal of some of the tweets of the president, I can't see any very strong word, a vile word like that of that criminal Nnamdi Kanu that has been left to still be available on Twitter. Meanwhile, a president of a country who is democratically and legitimately elected to be the leader of a nation, making a statement, talking, giving a language, we will communicate in the language that they understand, and that becomes a very serious issue to Twitter and violating their rules. We don't know what kind of rule is that, and then they decided to embarrass the country, not the president. So therefore, they have to be suspended. You know, as you rightly said, I took them to court during NSAS process simply because I noticed exactly what these guys are trying to do is to break this country. They tend to amplify a lot of fake news and raise a lot of tension in the street, making the country to be more destroyed. So the best solution is to see how we can arrest them. And we did that. So at that moment, so many Nigerians don't understand. They came attacking me, insulting me, calling me a series of names simply because they thought I was going against NSAS. I wasn't against NSAS. I was against a tool that is planning to destroy Nigeria. And we have seen that very clearly. We have a very serious crisis in the southeast where these guys are destroying fundamental institutions of Nigerian democracy, INEC offices, police institutions, courts. They are killing people on the street, destroying people's properties. And then Twitter is behind them. That's why I used to call them, I think Twitter is like kind of an IPOP online machine. Because what they do more is supporting IPOP much more than the government. And IPOP, everyone knows they are anti-Nigeria. Their target is to destroy Nigeria. This even left somebody to be asking questions. We have Dr. Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, the current director of WTO, on the board of Twitter. Is she part of the instigators of Twitter? Why won't she call them to order when they are talking against Nigeria? Why is it that we never had a single tweet or any comment from Dr. Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala about the activities of Twitter? Is she supporting IPOP? These are the kind of things that we need to be very, very clear about.
That into the conversation.
It is very, very necessary because this is very serious. You can't have an organization, a platform company, a company that is profit-making, that is even making profit out of Nigeria, that has its massive users in Nigerian domain, that decided to carry its office to Ghana and employ Ghanaians against Nigerians, and then decided to keep sponsoring content against Nigeria and Nigeria's interests all the time. And then we decided to sit down and keep it. So we have to ask some questions. It's not all about Twitter. It's about the corporate existence of a country from a vile individual that is constantly calling the blood of me as a Fulani man and the blood of all Nigerians and any other person that claims to be Nigeria. So it's a very serious issue. It's not something we need to take it lightly. And that is why I am particularly very happy that the government has seen Twitter for who they are and decided to take this action.
All right. The PDP, the opposition party, has reacted. They said, look, the president and the government should not do that. and that they're pushing Nigerians to the wall. One of the chieftains of the PDP, the former Senate President Bukola Saraki, says this should not be the response from the president of a nation with a vibrant youthful population for whom Twitter is part of their daily lives and a source of livelihood, income and livelihood. This must be reviewed. Are Nigerians getting their livelihood? Are some Nigerians getting livelihood there? I'd like you to react to all of that.
Yeah, the thing is, I think PDP is just trying to take advantage of the current political climate against the interests of national security. The issue of information adulteration that we are seeing so much on social media is actually a question of national security. Almost 50% of war are won on media. And the 21st century has shown us that social media is very pivotal to victory of war and destruction of countries. You need to check the history of what brought down Mubarak's regime. It was Facebook revolution. Similarly, Gaddafi, it was purely social media. That's where they now advocated their head, and they rose a tension that destroyed Libya that we see Libya today. Similarly, Syria, about 600,000 people died. All the protest starts on social media. This is issue of national security. It's not a civil conversation anymore. And what Twitter has been using consistently is to take advantage of the civil rights that Nigerians have to be able to advocate against the interests of the country. We cannot allow, I think this is the time that government even supposed to look at this much more deeply, because the most stable countries in the world are the countries that are not on that control and regulate the flow of social media. Like China, for instance. China is one of the most stable countries in the world simply because they decided not to allow these foreign social platforms in their land, so that they can allow Chinese people to express themselves using Chinese culture in Chinese language, using Chinese way of life without any adulteration from other foreign alien cultures that may adulterate their system and cause them against each other. And if you look at that and then come back to Hong Kong, where it is a Chinese and English kind of hybrid, you will see very clearly, because they have access to this kind of social media, there is constant constant problem. And similarly, if you go back to Russia, Russia became very stable when Putin decided to enact laws to be able to shut down these social platforms that are trying to cause problems in their country. And Russia became very stable.
And you perhaps don't think that this might be a gagging of the civil, or a restriction of the civil space?
When there is a case of national security, everything should pend. Why? Because what we are facing through now, you look at the problem with terrorism, you look at the problem with banditry, you look at the problem of kidnapping, you look at the problem of IPOP, you look at almost in every sector of the country, in every section of the country, there is crisis. And then we have so many criminals that leverage this internet to defraud people, spoiling the country's image, doing all those kind of things, and suddenly we now feel like this is civil.
But America, from what I see, they called some of the operators and the executives of these social media giants, they call them to parliament and had conversation about not restricting or not banning them, but getting some restrictions that will not allow this kind of hate or this kind of situation.
The truth of the matter
you think that the government should go in that direction?
Seriously, the truth of the matter is social media platforms, no matter how we want to see it, is a political platform. And the American government and the American system is using Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, WhatsApp, and co to do espionage. Now, all those gimmicks of calling them to be able to answer in the name of transparency does not invalidate the fact that the FBI, the CIA, and co are still using these people to be able to advocate the American interests. What of Nigerian interests? Can Nigerian Parliament summon Jack Dorsey to come? Under which jurisdiction? Which law?
Yeah. So what we wonder, you are a member of the APC.
Yes, I am.
Your party used this for the campaigns.
They use this for the campaign,
but perhaps it helped you. It helped your chances.
It helps the chances of the campaign, and now it is much worse than it helps the chances of the campaign. So the best solution is for us to consider local platforms.
All right.
We have local OTTs. My company has been a local OTT too. That's why, in fact, sometimes people feel like the reason why I was going against Twitter was because we built a Crowy application that is doing something much more than even their own is doing.
You pay for the advertisement. So,
man, did you hear the guy? I couldn't make this up even if I wanted to. You hear him, man? These are the people we're living with. These are the people we're sharing the same country with. These people. You know, he thinks that Twitter will destroy the country because Twitter, Nigerians go to Twitter. You see that? Because Nigerians go to Twitter, automatically Twitter will destroy it. How come Twitter, more Americans go to Twitter, how come Twitter hasn't destroyed the United States? You see what he says? By the way, his name is Adamu Garba. He said that Twitter embarrassed Nigeria, not Buhari. Therefore, the government has to act and ban Twitter. So because somebody embarrasses Nigeria, you ban them, huh? How did Twitter, first of all, embarrass Nigeria? I don't see how Twitter embarrassed Nigeria. Nigeria embarrasses itself. Look at the picture you're looking at there. Is that Twitter created this picture? Where you have two prominent idiots, Fulani, the one at the middle call himself professor, the one on the left PhD. They're there giving money to bandits. That way bandits can release people they kidnapped. Is that Twitter telling them to do that? What is more embarrassing to Nigeria than this? And then he runs his mouth. Actions have consequences. It is about the corporate existence of Nigeria. The only thing that threatens the corporate existence of Nigeria is this Fulani, the stupidity of Fulani. They are the one running this country down. They are the one, everywhere you look, $1 billion stolen there, $2 billion stolen there, and then this man running around, they will steal 1 billion, he will go and borrow 1 billion. And then he borrows, he comes back and they steal it again. They are the one embarrassing a black race. Not just Nigeria, they're embarrassing black race. Coming here, running their mouth. Again, I blame the South. We put ourselves in this mess. You have to blame yourself, man. These are people running your country. The whole world using Twitter to do business, to allow young people to make money. I don't know if you know what they call the concept of long tail. This is a concept in business and technology, whereby you can stay in a backwards place somewhere in the world, stay in your village and have something to sell. You create a website, put it there, or you put it in Amazon and sell it and make money. If a lot of people love it, you put some more out. So you can stay in your village and become a millionaire. That's what the whole world is doing. And these backward idiots, they want to ban, I think they're tending to ban the whole internet because they don't know how to use it. They don't know the importance of it. You see what he said? He said that Twitter was caused the what do you call that, the NSAT protest. Is that true? That Twitter want to destroy Nigeria. That's why he sued them for $1 billion or something. Did Twitter tell the Nigerian soldiers to go and kill Nigerian citizens? Did you see how the NSAS movement ended? Nigerian soldiers were sent by Buhari to go and kill innocent youths that were protesting peacefully. They didn't have any guns. They went over there and shot up a couple of them dead. Right? 5 or 6 of them were shot dead. And then this guy, Adamu Garba, he's blaming Twitter for that. Did Twitter send the soldiers to go and kill Nigerian citizens in Nigeria? Twitter didn't do that. Even a lot of world countries condemn the killing of armed protesters. Do you know because of that stuff the whole world know about it? The people are planning now. The next protest is nobody will be carrying placard. People will be carrying AK-47 and maybe RPG, waiting for soldiers to come out, and then we'll give you war. You're gonna face your own music. Just watch. I think June 12 is coming. You guys are running your mouth like the whole world is stupid. You are the only one smart. Everybody's dumb. Fulani is smart. Do you know what is the percentage of Fulani in Nigeria? It's only 6 or 7%, maximum 8%. They're the one ruining the life for everybody. Twitter this, Twitter that. You see, another thing he said, it is a serious issue to allow company to destroy the corporate existence of Nigeria. No, the more serious issue is you guys bringing all these Fulani herdsmen to kill, kidnap people, killing people all over the place. That way they can take people's land. Whatever you think you're planning is going to fail. And if people will listen to me, after Buhari leaves office, all of you will pay for this. I don't care who you are. Rufai, Buhari, you have kids, you have wives. Rufai have kids, he has a wife. All you Fulani people, we're going to hunt you down one by one and deal with you. Listen to what he said. He said he sued Twitter, right? He sued Twitter for inside because Twitter, I think I talked about that. Then he talked about IPOB. Twitter is IPOB online machine. I mean, that tells you these people don't really know how the world works, man. They don't know how the world works, man. How can Twitter be IPOB online machine, man? Twitter, Facebook, or YouTube, you just go there and create an account and engage in your business. People use this social media to organize for any social action, any political action they want. All militia members use it, all these platforms, Twitter, Facebook, they use it to get together to recruit members. So I don't know what this guy, blaming IPOB. But then they see where he blamed Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, saying that while she's a board member of Twitter, how come she didn't, call Twitter to order? Why is it that she didn't make any comment against IPOB, condemn IPOB? Is he, and then she said, is she not supporting IPOB by remaining silent? So if you don't say anything about somebody, you're supporting them, man. Well, I don't know, man. This lady she's attacking, the lady didn't do anything. She's not the only one out there. I don't support IPOB. I don't go to Twitter condemning them. Of course, I'm using, from time to time, I condemn them on Facebook. I mean, on YouTube. But I don't know why he singled out this lady. These people are just backward in their thinking. And then he said, we have to ask questions. Yeah, ask questions. Let's ask questions about Boko Haram. You want to condemn IPOB, right? For more than 13 years, Boko Haram has been killing people, even killing Muslims. They even kill people and they use YouTube, use Twitter, use Facebook to publish how they slash people's throat. We've seen that many times. How come Nigerian government haven't called for all these places to be banned? For allowing Boko Haram to publish their message to the world, what they're doing to Christians. Have this guy called for all these places to be banned from Nigeria? No. As long as Boko Haram are killing people using all these social media platforms to publish their atrocities, it's okay with them. Right? I'm not supporting IPOB now. But I'm saying there's a double standard here. Boko Haram has been doing all these atrocities and publishing it on YouTube and all over the place for 13 years. These people haven't called for all these platforms to be banned from Nigeria, right? By the way, do you know what I heard now? I heard that Nigeria economy have declined about $2 billion in one day. And they say Twitter has gained 2% growth in one day because of this ban from Nigeria. Because a lot of people paying attention, Then is you hear what he said? You heard what he said next. What he said? Twitter decided to move their headquarters to Ghana instead of moving it to Nigeria. Look at this boy. Why would Twitter go to Nigeria? Do you have steady internet access? Do you have steady electricity? Do you know technology depends on electricity, steady electricity? You want Twitter to move to Nigeria and then buy a generator. They won't make any money. I mean, generator will destroy their platform. See how stupid this guy is? You guys should have fixed Nigeria. You've been in power for how many years now? What has this man done? What has Buhari done? If he concentrated on electricity, maybe he would have generated enough electricity. That way Twitter can move in there. He hasn't done anything. All he's doing running around killing people. Running around, you know, if you criticize him, he send people to kill you. And then the journalist asked, do you know that Nigerians make some of them, they don't have, well, they make livelihood on Twitter, and this guy doesn't care. And you know, because of the government policy, because of the way the economy is, a lot of young people, you know, Nigeria has about 70% of young people below the age of, below the age of 30. And a lot of them got no jobs. So what they do, so most of them were, a lot of people, millions, use Twitter, you know, to make a living. They use Twitter, Facebook, and other social media platforms like YouTube to make money. When you shut this stuff down, now the only job they have, you're cutting it off. And this guy seems not to understand. This is Adamu Garba. And he's a young man too. He doesn't understand. Or maybe he playing dumb, he does not understand. And then he's saying it does not matter. He's saying Twitter is a place where you lose war. You lose and win war. He cited Libya, Egypt, Syria. These are the places that Twitter pose the heavy national security issues, right? And that's a lie. Like I said, Twitter doesn't go engage in stuff like that. People come to Twitter to, you know, do their organizing or post stuff. Twitter don't go organize people in Nigeria to come and post stuff. They don't go to Libya organize people to come and post stuff. That's not how it works. People just come in there and use the platform to do their business. And this is freedom, the world enjoying. And these people, they, you know, they don't like freedom. They live in a barbaric, you know, they have, what do you call this, herdsman life. They live in the 60s, well, in 13th century. That's where they are. And they're dragging everybody in Nigeria to, you know, down to their level. And then he said Twitter advocates against Nigeria security interests. That's a lie. He cited China. That's China booed out all the social media, you know. But the guy doesn't know what he's talking about. China, yes, China controls a lot of social media and the internet, but China also Chinese government have a lot of you probably don't know this. Chinese military has a department called technology department where they train a lot of hackers to hack into Pentagon, steal technology blueprints from America. They even hack private companies. I'm talking about the military. The military, with the well-trained military guys. They wake up, they sit around hacking all over the place. That's how they steal submarine, rockets, nuclear stuff, all the American military stuff. It's published everywhere that they're hacking and steal that. With these guys, what do? They try to stop young guys from getting access to internet. They don't know what to do. Give them 200 years, they don't know, they won't behave like China. And he's sat in China. China doing the hacking to make their society better. And this guy sitting around carrying cows everywhere, running their mouth. They're sat in China. What do you know about China? What do you know about China? You don't know anything about China. Just shut your mouth up. You know. But anyway, this is what we're going through in Nigeria, man. I hope this country breaks, man, because this is too much. You know. So this man talking like he's smarter than is he smarter than the American government? I just told you that a lot of European countries, EU, Canada, European Union, Canada, and the Republic of Ireland, Norway, and United Kingdom, including United States, they have come out and spoke against it, that this is abridging people's freedom. That is not good. So this Garba guy, right? What's his name again? Adamu Garba. He's smarter than all these people. If you listen to him, you would think he's smarter than all these people. The people that are doing damage to Nigeria are these people, not the young guys that try to make a living online. Let me even find you something. There was something I read. Okay, right here. Let me get you this. Yeah, I read this. That would tell you where these people, their mind is going. Uh, it will tell you their mindset. Let me bring it here. Right here. You see, this is a Sahara Reporter. Let me show you. Sahara, see Sahara Reporter right there? Sahara Reporter. You know what I would do? Let me put that article in the reading mode. You see what it says? Woe unto you. Boko Haram leader. Sheikh Shakal blast Sheikh Gumi for negotiating with bandits in new audio. But let me put this in reading mode. It's better to have this in reading mode because it's easier to control. Just give me a minute. Let me put it in reading mode over here. Actually, hang on a minute. Here we go. And then we'll change it to reading mode because it's easier to control that way. See right there? Now, I want to bring your attention to something. Not the whole article. Let's go down. You see how these people think? This is a Boko Haram leader now, blasting this shit. And this article was published this year. It's not, let me go back. Let me remove the reading mode. That way you can see. It was published earlier this, there's a claim that Shaka has been killed. This, see, March 14, 2020. It's not even maybe less than 2 months. So let me put it back in the reading mode. Pick up on this, man. You see what he says? Right there. What he's telling this Gumi guy. This is Shaka talking. Just because you are called doctor or sheikh, woe unto you, Ahmed Gumu. You know what he's saying that? Keep reading. Right there. He quotes Quran, said that Quran, I read that. I didn't even understand what the hell he's saying, but forget about that. Let me get you. Let's go down here, right there. Let's start right there. He said, to you, Gumi, and others like Pantami, who is even a minister, and still a cleric. Ask yourself, oh clerics, whose savior? Who's that? Who savored the test of power, seasonings? Ask yourself, he said. I don't know what that idiot is talking about. I think I read the wrong thing. Let's go down here. Let me go down a little bit. I read the wrong thing. Sorry about that. Let me go down. You will see. You will see where I'm going with this. Just give me a minute. Sometimes this website is too hard to make them behave. Right there. Here we go. Right there. This is actually the meat of what I want you to understand. This is Shakal now, the leader of Boko Haram, the one that died. He says, you all know, he's speaking to Sheikh Gumi now. You all know democracy is the ideology of Jews and Christians. Make sure you pay attention clearly to that. I'm going to read it again. You all know that democracy is the ideology of Jews and Christians. Why didn't you leave government? And then next paragraph. Despite knowing the truth, you are using Quran to preach democracy. Why this? So you know the way these people think, I think somebody translate their minds is walk backwards. Basically, he's saying that why are you using Quran to preach democracy? Don't you know that democracy is the ideology of Jews and Christians? And who are the Christians? Me and you. Oh, at least more than 50% of Nigerians are Christians. So what is this guy saying? They hate democracy. They don't want us to practice democracy. This is why these people need to go to their own country. And these people been killing Boko Haram been killing a lot of people, making Nigeria look bad, worse than, this Adamu, what's his name, Garba, saying that Twitter poses a security challenge to Nigeria. Who poses more security challenge to Nigeria than this guy, this Shaka and his group, Boko Haram? And they be doing this for what? More than 13 years. And this guy, this terrorist called Buhari, been in office for what? Almost 7 years? Close to 7 years. What has he done? Has he eliminated Boko Haram? When money is budgeted for to buy you weapons to eliminate Boko Haram, they will steal it. I talked to you guys about the 1 billion that was budgeted recently, and the money disappeared. They don't have any money to show. They don't have any weapons to show. The money just disappeared. And then they're here talking about Twitter. Twitter ate their lunch. Forget about these people, man. We need to get away from them. If we don't get away from them, then it's our problem. Let me even show you. I searched. Yes, by the way, I searched the name of this guy. This sheikh, right? I searched his name on YouTube. This Garba guy talking about that Twitter poses a national security challenge to Nigeria. Look at Garba. He's all over YouTube negotiating with terrorists and Fulani herdsmen, right? So, going by the way this guy is saying, who poses more challenge to Nigeria? Twitter or this Sheikh Game? And then how come Nigerian government is not, calling for people for ban YouTube? If they stick to their principle, they should have banned YouTube about 6 years ago. So that's why some people are saying they're doing this because they want to take over people's land, because they're not consistent. If they look at that, you see the government inside the den with the terrorists, where he goes and shares money with them. And then nobody has banned them. It's all over YouTube, man. Some of them go back 6 years, 8 years, 7 years, and Buhari came in, he didn't ban YouTube. So some people claim that they're doing this because they want to cut off internet. That way they can slaughter a lot of people and take over their land. That's what some people are claiming. And there is some element, if you look at what they have done so far, there are some element of truth to that. I have a couple of more articles. I think Shoinka came out. Yeah, there's something Shoinka said. Let me share that with you. I think I have it opened up here. Let me bring it over here. You see, Shoinka reacts to suspension. There's something he said that I thought made a lot of sense. Let me put this, when I put this in reading mode, it takes off all this junk popping up and down everywhere. That's why I love the reading mode. Just give me a minute. Let me find, I'll open up. I will get back to it if I have time. Let's go to Shoinka. Then I put this on reading mode. Here we go. See what happened? Reading mode takes all the junk away. There's something. Shoinka says something. Their title is Shoinka reacts to Nigerian government's suspension of Twitter. Buhari is bullying. It says Buhari's bullying tactic. But there's something he said down here. Okay. Okay, right here. So he said, according to the Shoinka, if Buhari has a problem with micro blogging platform, that's Twitter, he should sort it out between them personally, the way ex-US President Donald Trump did, and not rope in the right to free expression of the Nigerian citizens as collateral damage. You see what he's saying there? If Buhari personally have problem with Twitter, just like Donald Trump have problem with Twitter, let him go sort it out with Twitter. Don't bring his fight with Twitter to become the fight of all Nigerians. You get that? If Donald Trump had, what he's saying, if Donald Trump had used his power as the president of America to destroy Twitter, Americans will not allow that. He got no power to do that. He can try to ban Twitter, but he has to, submit a legislation to Congress, and they will not allow that because freedom of speech is enshrined in the American Constitution. You see this man, the way he's behaving, isn't this? Don't this tells you a lot about Nigerian Constitution? If Nigeria has freedom of speech, right, or the freedom of press, why would this man ban a media outfit? He has no right to do that, just like Trump had no right to ban Twitter. Twitter banned Trump. Don't forget that. They deleted his post and eventually banned him. He's still banned. He can't use Twitter. He can't use Facebook. He can't use Google's YouTube. And he can't do anything about it. But because Buhari thinks he's in power, he controls Nigeria. He can do whatever he wants. Even if what he's doing is against Nigeria constitution, they don't care. Right here, see right here, Shoyinka says if Buhari has a problem with Twitter, he is advised to sort it out between them personally. Okay, I think I read that. That's the same thing I read. But anyway, yeah. So if this man really understand how democracy works, he cannot be doing all this nonsense. Actually, the man, in a way, I think God is punishing him. Because he's actually shooting himself on the foot. Because see how the whole world nations come after him, telling him he can do this. But anyway, these are the kind of people we're living with. It's just sad, man. Very, very sad. But anyway, let me leave it there. I will have something else to talk about.